Of the 5 NCAA championship banners hanging from the rafters of Cameron Indoor Stadium, the Plumlee brothers are responsible for the last 2.
Well, I know me and Miles were always very proud of that and part of something special there, but then Marshall this past season being able to be on a championship team and be a part of that was something we just felt happy for him that he got to experience that as well.
And Duke is king, the 5th crown in school history.
Not a feeling like it in the world, being a part of something bigger than yourself, something that'll last forever. I'm so proud of that. And I look at the banner we've hung, and it brings back all these visions of, my brothers and how close we've grown over the course of that year.
We all have something to tell our kids and tell our family one day.
At one time, there were a trio of Plumlee brothers wearing a Duke uniform. Miles has moved on to the Milwaukee Bucks. Mason calls Portland home. The youngest Plumlee brother, Marshall, remains in Durham.
He's been through everything. He's seen the great stuff that can happen and the stuff that can knock you back. But he's in great condition, mentally, physically, and emotionally, to have a standout year.
Those qualities are expected from a soldier in the U.S. Army. Marshall Plumlee is completing the Army ROTC program at Duke.
My experience with ROTC is something I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. It's made me a better person, a better leader, better basketball player, and at the same time I get to do what I love and serve our country.
With his passion for the military and his desire to be in the ROTC program and become an Army officer, that's bonded us in a different way, because that's something I didn't do at ROTC. I went to West Point, but I was an Army officer.
In 1969, Michael William Krzyzewski graduated from the United States Military Academy and became an officer in the Army.
I understand, the pride that you feel to be an Army officer, and I also know the terminology, the experiences that he would go through. So he has a chance to share his feelings of just what he feels, and also about what he's doing with someone who really has a clear understanding of it and an appreciation. So that's helped our relationship even more.
He can relate to me in a way that no one else in the world can. I don't think there's anyone else in the world who has such a foot in the basketball world and the Army world, and an understanding and appreciation for both. And so in that sense, he can reach me and really motivate me and bring out the best in me, because he knows what drives me.
Last summer, Plumlee completed the Cadet Leadership Course.
That leadership course, or CLC, at Fort Knox, Kentucky, was a tremendous and valuable experience for me that helped me grow as a leader. It helped me become more confident, more decisive, and it gave me a better command presence, and something I'd like to think I've taken onto the court this year with Duke basketball.
I went through 4 years of leadership going to West Point, so, but you're always learning about leadership. We had about a 5-week version of that at Fort Knox, Kentucky, and where you're totally immersed in the development of leadership.
Coming out of that camp, I'm more confident than I've ever been as a future officer in the United States Army and as a captain of this year's Duke team.